If you are one of those players that just like to play games with extreme quality, also known as AAA games, this is the video for you. Huge games coming out to PS5 in 2025. All the games are basically confirmed for 2025, but could be postponed. There's always that possibility. And games not confirmed to 2025 won't be here. So I hope you click and like and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much, and let's go to the video. Ghost of Yōtei is the sequel of the acclaimed game Ghost of Tsushima, and now we're going to play an adventure set over 300 years later. The game is being developed by Sucker Punch Productions, and the players will explore the lands and the surroundings of Yōtei, and we'll see different types of environments through the game, since overgrown areas to cold and snowy places, all that set in the year 1603, with amazing graphics and a huge open world to explore. The first game was really beautiful, so I believe this one will be even more, but to see it we'll need to wait until some moment of 2025, and it's coming out for PlayStation 5. Ninja Gaiden 4 is the returning of an old and acclaimed hack-and-slash series. The new game is being developed by the studios Platinum Games Incorporated, Team Ninja, and KY Tecmo Games, and promises to be the great returning of the series. That also received a version black to Ninja Gaiden 2 in the same day it was announced, and also has a 2D new game announced that looks really fun.
Ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo.
In the new game we'll play as Ryu Hayabusa, but also a new character, with technological gadgets and a whole new style of gameplay, so I must say that it really got my attention. And it's coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PS5 and PC, still in 2025.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends.
Forza Horizon 5 is a game that's already available on Xbox One, Series X and S, and PC, and is now coming out to PlayStation 5. This is probably one of the biggest and most beloved racing series of the last years, and has always been an Xbox exclusive game, but now no more. The game is coming out to PlayStation 5, probably still in 2025. The game was developed by Playground Games, and released originally in 2021, so if you like the series but plays on PlayStation, now it'll be your chance to try it out.
Medium right, followed by water. Caution, all cambered roads, jumps.
A powerful being falls from the sky.
Lost Soulside is a new hack-and-slash game with a fast-paced gameplay inspired in Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy XV, and the game is being developed by the studio Yōtei Zero Games.
Is this really just a dream?
It's being developed in Unreal Engine, and in the gameplays and trailers it looks really interesting, with a fast and unique combat system, with good mechanics, great enemies and bosses, so if you like hack-and-slash games you should keep an eye out for it.
I see great power within you, a destiny.
The game is coming out in May 30th, 2025, and is coming out to PlayStation 5 and Microsoft Windows.
The blade in your hand. You never wanted to be a hero, but for humanity.
Doom: The Dark Ages is a brand new journey of Doom's Slayer after Doom Eternal. That was an amazing game. Again, the game is being developed by ID Software. Thankfully, that's an amazing studio. Doom is a fast-paced FPS game, with the focus in the gameplay, with very brutal gameplay and motions. In the game you control Doom's Slayer, the only defensor of Earth capable of fighting the demons. Now we're going to explore the medieval era, with new guns, features, enemies, and much more, and of course still with the classic stuff. But to see this new masterpiece we'll need to wait until May 15th, 2025, as the game is coming out for Xbox Series X and S, PS5 and PC.
Arrakis is a test.
Dune: Awakening is a new upcoming MMORPG, and as you imagine, it's going to be set in the universe of Dune, a universe rich with lore and possibilities. And the game is being developed by the studio Funcom, and promises to be a huge and immersive game for the people that loves MMORPGs, or even those that loves the universe of Dune. Rise from survival to greatness and challenge the power of an Imperium in Dune Awakening, a multiplayer survival game on a massive scale. Survive the Sandworm, craft your ornithopter, build a fortress, and ascend to power on an open world Arrakis shared with hundreds of other players. All that playing alone, but with your friends. So if you like the idea, know that it's coming out in some moment of 2025, at least the first version. And it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
Remember when it happened, but I remember how I felt.
Hell is Us is a third-person action game with some RPG mechanics, all set in a semi-open world, and the game is being developed by the studio Rogue Factor.
Mother said I couldn't play outside anymore. Mother always said monsters didn't exist. I thought they lived under my bed. We were both wrong.
Explore this dark, mysterious, and dangerous place seeking answers for your questions, all with a fast and dynamic melee combat, fighting against strange sorts of creatures with unique visuals. That's the type of game that I really get excited about, but to see if it's as good as it looks, we'll need to wait until September 4, 2025, and the game is coming out to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Judas is finally the new project of Keen Living, the creator of BioShock franchise, is being developed by the studio Ghost Story Games, and looks awesome. For those who knows BioShock knows what to expect from this game, so it's going to be an extremely original FPS, probably with a fluid gameplay, but also a very good and immersive story, with aspects of politics and also religion. So if you like games with a good storytelling, keep an eye out for this one. But to play it we'll need to wait until some moment of 2025. It was coming out in March, but was postponed, and now we need to wait for a new release date, and it'll be coming out to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
Lucia, do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
GTA 6 is simply the new episode of the GTA series. In the game we'll take control of two different characters, Jason and Lucia, and once again we'll be able to explore the iconic Vice City. The game is being developed by Rockstar Games, probably the most beloved video game studio nowadays, and again they're creating a new version of one of the biggest video game series of all time, and now in a whole new generation, and promises to be the greatest video game ever. To play it, we'll need to wait until some moment of 2025, and the game is coming out to PS5 and Xbox Series X and
Get
S.
through this is by sticking together.
Elden Ring Nightrein is a standalone game set in the universe of Elden Ring. It's not a sequel, and it's not a DLC, but a game with new and old Elden Ring and other Souls game things like bosses and enemies from other games. It's going to be set in a sort of roguelite system, with some features of a battle royale even, but only against normal enemies, not players, but you'll be able to play with your friends.
Together by forces beyond our control.
The game is being developed by From Software, and experience is going to be similar in the gameplay with the original Elden Ring, but the structure will be totally different. I believe it's going to be a great game, but some players won't like it so much, I think, cause it's different, but will be interesting to see things from other games, and also new things. In this new episode of Elden Ring, it's coming out in May 30th, 2025, to PS4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
Stand tall. Every good story is true in one way or another.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is an excellent game in the universe of Indiana Jones. The game was already released on PC and Xbox Series X and S, but just like some other Xbox video games, it's also coming out to PlayStation 5 in the future, so if you like the universe of Indiana Jones, this is a very fun game.
So, this Great Circle.
The game was developed by the studio Machine Games, the same studio of Wolfenstein. This game is not a shooter like Wolfenstein, but a stealth semi-open game in the universe of Indiana Jones. The gameplay is fun, kinda clunky in some aspects, but fun, and the best for me are the puzzles, with nice moments of exploration too, so I highly recommend you. And it's coming out to PS5 in some moment of 2025.
Good luck, Indy.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood.
Mafia the Old Country is the new episode of the acclaimed series, now developed by the Hangar 13 studio, the same studio responsible for Mafia 3, that wasn't as good as the two first games, but also responsible for the remake of the first game, that is loved by everyone, so I believe they're going to do a great job here, cause it looks great.
Do you wish to commit? Repeat these words. I swear my loyalty to this family.
The game will be set before of the first game, in the year 1900, and will be kinda similar to the first two games, that were not a totally open world, but with some open world moments in the story. We'll need to wait until some moment of 2025 to play the game, as it's coming out to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
If I do not keep my oath,
Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is a new beat-em-up action RPG game, and yes, it's in the same universe of Yakuza original games, with some of the series' characters.
父ちゃんには内緒で。コスプレかいな。マッドランテスってとこから来てんだよ。ギャングとかマフィアのたまり場の島。
The game is being developed by Ryuga Gotoku Studio, and the gameplay won't be in the style of the Like a Dragon new games, but in the old style, like a Dragon Gaiden 2, with a fast-paced and frenetic combat. In the game you'll control Majima, a famous and beloved character that's present on the series for a long time, and now we'll have his game. The game is coming out in February 21st, 2025, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and Xbox Series X and S.
マッドランティスはいくつかの犯罪組織で運営されてるよ。そのうち一番でかいのがクイーン・ミシェルってバーサの組織だ。
よく来たね。
Death Stranding 2 is the sequel of the first Death Stranding, a very original game by the way. The game is obviously being developed by Kojima Studios, so prepare for a crazy and immersive story. The core of the game will be almost the same for what we know, but we'll obviously see some new features. After connecting everyone in the first game, we'll see the consequences of this deed in this game, and also explore a whole new area as we deliver and connect other people.
But I'm afraid Death Stranding is far from over. Humanity is still in danger, still on the brink of extinction. Anyway, the DHV Magellan's here to
The first game was once an exclusive of PS4, but today we can also play on Xbox Series or PC, as it's now a Kojima's game, and not Sony's anymore. Death Stranding 2 is coming in 2025, but still with no release date. It was announced as a PS5 exclusive, and will probably be, at least for the first year.
bots are capable.
The first Berserker, Khazan, is another fast-paced action RPG game, also with a Souls-like approach. The game is being developed by the studio Nipple, and looks insane. The gameplay will be fast and brutal, and you'll face different types of enemies, humans, or creatures, and also those insane bosses that we see in other Souls-like games. But be aware, cause it looks very hard. For the lovers of action RPG games, know that it's coming out in March 27, 2025, to PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox Series X and S. Monster Hunter Wilds is finally a new adventure for the lovers of Monster Hunter, and it looks a very good one. The game is being developed by Capcom, and looks insane. You probably know Monster Hunter already, but if you don't know that this is a sort of action RPG game, where the main objective of the game is hunt huge and powerful monsters, that's why it has a name. This is going to be the next big adventure of the series, a massive game filled with content, and will be coming out in February 28, 2025, not so far, and will be available on Xbox Series X and S, PS5 and PC.
From the studio that brought you Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, Part 2. Neverwinter Nights, Part 2.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a new sci-fi FPS RPG, and will obviously be a sequel to the first game, and it's again being developed by Obsidian Entertainment. We know that the Obsidian is working on About Now, and it'll be released in this month. After that, they'll surely focus on the development of the Outer World 2, and it's probably going to be in the same style of the original game, a fun open-world adventure.
Wise-sounding voice, and we see a quiet, peaceful setting. And Fallout 3, Part 2, New Vegas.
The game has no release date yet, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
Welcome back to the future.
Borderlands 4 is the new adventure of the most acclaimed looter shooter series. And yes, it's a looter shooter, but with some RPG mechanics too, and it's being developed by Gearbox Software. If you've ever played some game of the series, you know how it works. It's a fun and unique FPS experience, with quirky characters and a very fun progression, especially if you play with some friend. This promises to be the greatest Borderland experience, and is coming out in September 23, 2025, to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows. Little Nightmares 3 is the new adventure, or should I say, nightmare, of the franchise, still with a very cool visual and nice graphics, and it's being developed by Supermassive Games. This time you won't play alone. I mean, you can play alone, but with an AI character helping you, or with a friend or mate, all set in an atmospheric and horrifying place, filled with all types of monsters. Just like the first two games, here you must survive the bizarre creatures that wants to devour you, and also solve the riddles of the rooms to proceed to the next stage. And with this co-op mode, it promises to be even more complex now, with the need of a good communications if you're playing online. The game is coming out in some moment of 2025 to PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows. Crimson Desert is a new massive open-world RPG. The game is being developed by Pearl Abyss Studio, from the same creators of the MMO Black Desert. As you can see, the game is going to be a huge open-world game, filled with a lot of different mechanics. Mechanics that we see in other games too, but looks insane in this one.
To nothingness. We seek to correct it.
For those who enjoy games like Assassin's Creed, The Witcher, or even Zelda, I think you are going to enjoy this one, and it's coming out to PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC in 2025.
For those who have survived, and for those who will live on, this is our mission.
Colonel, tighten the security on this place. He's coming here, I'm sure of it.
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is the remake of one of the most acclaimed Metal Gear's games. The remake is being developed by Konami, and if they make a remake as good as Silent Hill 2 remake, it'll be insane. If you never played Metal Gear before, know that it's a stealth game, but not just this, it's a very original and unique game with a crazy plot and mechanics of the original game nobody even believed was possible when the game was released.
We are the sons of the boss! I see it! The fear!
A great and terrible fury at being alive.
And you are one of them.
But we'll need to wait to see if the remake will really be good, but let's hope it is, and the game is coming out in August 28, 2025 for Xbox Series X and S, PS5 and PC.
Still Berserker can do to stop us. I'm not finished yet!
You never know you are a monster.
Wuchang Fallen Feathers is a new Souls-like game with impressive scenarios and graphics, and the game is being developed by a studio called Lean Z. For the people who likes action RPG, we'll be looking forward to this new one. The game is set in the land of Shu during the dark and tumultuous late Ming Dynasty, with humans fighting for power and insane creatures.
You. The first signs are really subtle, but over time, it becomes clear. The gift changes you, slowly consuming every little part of your humanity.
Looks really good, and it's coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PS5 and PC in some moment of 2025.
Unknown in my life, I will end.
Assassin's Creed Shadows is the first game of the series that will be set in Japan. We'll be able to explore the areas in two different ways, or better, with two different characters, Naoi and Yasuke, which one of them with different mechanics and possibilities, which will make the gameplay of each one really unique, and the game is being developed by Ubisoft.
You are still a frog in a well.
This is going to be a RPG Assassin's Creed, in the style of the last one, with a lot of possibilities, weapons, quests and side quests, so it'll be massive, and the game is coming out in March 20th, 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC.
Vengeance. Are you real?
The Altars is a sort of survival game. The game is set in an unusual planet. You play as a space miner who are alone in this planet, but create different versions of himself to help him in the survival. And the game is being developed by 11-bit studios.
What a trip. It's not a trip. It's reality. Your new reality. We have the same DNA, but we led separate lives.
All that sounds unique and curious, but that's just one reason why this game looks so riveting. The main structure of the game shall envelope exploration, mining, building, and also a sort of managing, as we'll build and control the whole base. It even reminded me of Fallout Shelter when I first saw. As an enjoyer of Death Stranding and also Fallout Shelter, I must say that I'm looking forward to play this game, but we'll need to wait until some moment of 2025 to finally see the full version of it. And it's coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Click in the like and subscribe for more videos like this one. I really appreciate your presence here, and that's it. So long.